Hi everyone, time to talk about Rokoko Jewelry Box. If you don't know, Rokoko is a game about dressmaking where you can use the employees that you have to gather resources, make dresses and coats, fun decorations, and basically control the ball. You want to be the best dressmakers there. You want to be represented the most. Now with Rokoko Jewelry Box, there's even more to do. There's a jeweler board where you can now buy jewelry when you make dresses. So your choice of dress can be influenced by the jewelry that's available, because the jewelry can give you a point at the end of the game, an income every round, which can be great from the very start of the game. And if you get matching colours, then it will give you that resource tile for free. It gives you one from the draw piles, which is really useful, or can be. It's always useful to get a tile. The fact that you need a decoration to get there also means that you're delayed a little bit from the first choice of dresses and things that are available if you want to be the first there to get a cheap space and get access to the jewelry. So it's delaying you a little bit, but if you get there too late, it's going to be very expensive and it might not be worth getting into the jewelry if you've left it too many rounds. Having the jewelry available pulls you even more towards hiring the dresses out as well rather than selling them. But you're going to need the money to buy all of that jewellery from somewhere, so you have to sell something at some point. You get specialised apprentices now, so they have special conditions to be able to hire them, and they generate points. They generate 3 points as their employee bonus at the bottom, and they can give you a short-term goal if you haven't really got an idea of what to do at the start of the game. And the sooner you can get them, the sooner you can start earning 3 points at a time, which can be a really big deal if you can get that early on. I love the new examination system. Now you can train your apprentices into journeymen and your journeymen into masters by performing tasks that they were probably going to do anyway. Not all of them. You'll have to deviate from your plans a little bit. Like we've found that we generally haven't been using apprentices to gather resources to get the lace and yarn. We get that a lot early on in the game from the bonus actions of the cards that you have. So we have to deviate a little bit if we want to do the training, but when you do the training, you can go through that entire journeyman deck. It's basically, apart from the 2 that you pull out to put in the main game, it's every other journeyman that's available. And then when you get to do it with the masters, it's so many endgame bonuses that you now have the choice from. And once we've played this more and get used to the new cards that are in it, the new bonuses, some that relate to the necklaces and things, then you can really go for training early on and kind of know what you're going for. And you can even repeat the examinations multiple times. We've never had the time to do that, but if you really went for that as a strategy, that could be a good thing. You could end up with a ton of endgame cards and much more powerful bonuses and you can do the examinations from the start of the game as well. So because of all the examination system, as I mentioned, there's a lot more of the level 2 journeyman cards and the level 5 master cards, and there's a ton of different bonuses, so there's a ton of different strategies now that are available in the game. There's a lot, as I said, for making jewelry. There's like pairs of rings and necklaces, or get one of everything. There's a lot more to digest, and although they are still all in the game, so the setup's going to be kind of the same, it is variable because you're going to shuffle those 2 for round 2 and round 5 into the employee deck, and you don't know which are going to come out until you get there. Now, I love the base game of Rokoko. Building your employee deck, building the best dresses you can with what's available to you, and all the different majorities and bonuses available in the halls, the fireworks, really kind of make your decision of where to place your dresses a tough one most of the time. In Rokoko, I really enjoy feeling like I'm being pulled in all sorts of different directions at once when I'm making my choices, and Jewelry Box definitely adds to the temptations. I don't feel like there's too much going on now with the extra stuff either. It's just the right amount to make you question whether your actions are the best that are available, and could I have done something slightly differently and got something better from it? What if I'd gone into jewelry when instead I went for building my employee deck? Along with some employees from the base game, getting the matching jewelry colour to the dress that you're making can give you a free resource tile. So there's now even more ways to do that. And it can be fantastic for efficiency, just getting these tiles for nothing. Although you don't know what's coming, generally you'll have a use for it. But on the other hand, could you be using your apprentices to get those tiles instead? And then they would be progressing towards their examinations and you could get better cards, and there's so many things going on. The examinations in particular feel really thematic to me. You need to make sure that your apprentices have experienced all the basics, and then you send them away and they go back to the box, and then you get a journeyman back, which is them with a brand new ability from everything that they've learned there, and then you can do it again and they come back as a master and they're ready to really earn some points for you then. Now, one tiny complaint we had with the base game was that in the two-player game anyway, which is all I've played, you always run out of markers for the dresses and decorations and things. You always run out. And while the expansion adds more places to put those markers, like your examination cards and the jewelry board, it doesn't actually give you any more markers. So you're still definitely going to run out, but you're going to run out a bit faster. But as I said, that's just a little complaint. If you didn't like Rokoko to begin with, I don't think there's anything in the expansion that's really going to change your mind. It's more variations and additions on top of the original Rokoko formula. So I don't think it's going to completely convert anyone, but if you already liked Rokoko, like me, I love Rokoko, and so having more to do and more variations every time you start a game is fantastic for me, and I would definitely recommend it if you like Rokoko. And I think that's all I've got to say about that. So bye for now, everyone.